Well, welcome to the Teter Organic Farm here, property of Noblesville First, one of our key ministries. We've come out here with Chris Denari to do this interview because with COVID cases on the rise, we wanted the safest places possible. So we're out here in our hoop house. We got the sides up a little bit, so we got plenty of airflow, and we feel like we can do this pretty safely. Now, I know some of you are not necessarily Indiana Pacer fans, so let me just update you on who Chris is and then me more for what he has to share with us. Chris has completed, is it now 8 seasons?
No, 14.
14 seasons.
14.
Okay. This is an older bio there.
Yeah, 14 years.
14 years as the Pacers play-by-play announcer. He's also announced for the WNBA Indiana Fever. He was 2003 Broadcaster of the Year. He was a sports director at WXIN TV, Fox 59 here in Indianapolis. Also, for you Butler fans, he was a radio announcer for the Butler basketball program. He's a member of the Indiana Motor Speedway Radio Network each year. If you tune to the race, you've heard him there. He handles some play-by-play duties for the Big Ten Network, at least has in the past. And he's got some local roots. In 1979, he was a graduate of Westfield High School, played basketball for his father, Bob, the coach there. And then he went to Wabash College and was a part of the Little Giants' 1982 NCAA Division III National Championship basketball team. He served on the sports board of directors for the Special Olympics in Indiana, Methodist Sports Medicine Foundation, I'm sure some other things as well. He's a spokesman and volunteer for the Hamilton County Humane Society. And he lives in Carmel with his wife, Terry, proud parents of 3 adult children, Evan, Wilson, and Max.
Yep.
So, Chris, get us started. Just share a little bit about your career journey that led you to being the TV voice of the Indiana Pacers, which started in Westfield, Indiana.
Yeah, it did. I was very fortunate. My dad was an educator. He was a high school teacher and coach. So we tended to move a lot when opportunities presented itself. And so I was born in Dayton, Ohio. My mom is from the Dayton area. My dad's from Indianapolis. He wanted to eventually coach in Indiana. So we moved to Indiana when I was an 8th grader, and we moved to Westfield when I was a junior. So, a lot of times that would be tough, Jerry, when you move a lot. I always looked at it as a positive. I looked at it as it was an opportunity for me to meet more people. And I think in my career, that's been a really big thing for me. So, having gone to high school at Westfield, having lived in Hamilton County as, for my final 2 years of high school, I've lived in Hamilton County since 1990. I mean, I've been a tax-paying Hamilton County resident for 30 plus years. And so, as I go back, I think about what did I want to do? Well, when your dad is a high school teacher and coach, you tend to be around sports a lot and education. And I didn't think I wanted to be a teacher, but I thought I really wanted to be in sports. And so when I was at Wabash, I spent all 4 years that I was there on the radio station. Was an English major, speech minor, learned how to be organized, learned how to write, learned how to speak with the goal of being a sports broadcaster. Now, did I ever think I'd get to be the television voice of the Indiana Pacers? No, that wasn't necessarily one of my goals. But I think I put in a lot of hard work, put myself in position to get an opportunity like this. And then for me, the biggest thing for me, Jerry, is family. And my wife and I have been married 36 years. We're high school sweethearts. We've been together for 40 plus years. And so I had some opportunities to move and move out of state and move different places. But I never could quite pull the trigger because I was really comfortable in this area. And I knew that might be a sacrifice to my career and opportunities that I may have. But I was really focused on family and those types of things. And if the professional opportunity presented itself, well, great. Well, I think, through the diligence and hard work and commitment, and I hope just being an overall good person, it put me in position to be where I am today. And so I'm very thankful, very grateful, very blessed. I've had a lot of people in my corner. And once you get that opportunity, you just make the best of it. And hopefully that's what I've done.
Very good. Well, we really appreciate you helping us launch this generosity campaign. So what in your experiences in your life have motivated you to be more generous with your time and resources?
Well, there's no question that my parents were huge influences on not just me, but my three brothers and my sister in just giving back. Because when we were growing up, my dad was a high school teacher and a coach, and my mom didn't work. And I don't know how much money we had, but but the love in the family allowed us to do things that you know the kids we did. I'm not sure my parents at times were probably comfortable with some of the wants and the needs and those types of things that you have as kids. But I think from my parents' perspective, they raised us the right way in to give back of not just monetarily, but of your time. And so for me, with the Indiana Pacers, I try to use my um, place to give back, not just monetarily, but through time and charitable donations. And one of the things that I try to do, because people want to experience what it's like on a game night to be with the television announcer of the Pacers, is I work with a lot of charities and create experiences. And so I'll have people shadow me at the games. They'll come before the game, they'll be with me after the game, they'll be in the TV truck. And I've used these opportunities to hopefully raise a significant amount of money for different charities throughout central Indiana. For one example, Indiana Youth Services Association, does a lot with kids and families all around the state. Well, I MC their event every year, and I'll put up one of my opportunities on a game night. And one year I had three different people bidding for $3,000 each. And I turned to IYSA director and I said, look, we'll just do three of them, because that's $9,000 that could go into the coffers for IYSA. And so for me, even though that takes time during my night, I think I need to give back, because so many people have given me opportunities. If I can help organizations like that, raise money, then that's important to me. So I believe, Jerry, it really all goes back to my parents. I had a great upbringing, a fantastic mom and dad, and they instilled in all of us that we need to give back.
We just might be hitting you up for.
I think you will be, yeah.
Now that I know. Well, we're holding this campaign in the midst of a pandemic, and it's motivated us to choose a theme that's based on our church vision. And we're calling it Love, Connection, Hope, now more than ever. So where are you witnessing people choosing to be generous, maybe even extra generous, in spite of their insecurity of COVID-19 that this pandemic has created?
Well, I think the one thing that just talking to friends of mine, the pandemic hit so many people, and I think, though, has given us all opportunities to be helpful. I think one of the areas that our family has tried to do that is during the pandemic, you had so many local restaurants that needed our help. And so we made sure that we would get out in a carry-out mode. But the most important thing, I thought, and really this was my wife, is to make sure you're generous with that tip. Make that tip meaningful, because that extra $10, $15, $20, $25 means a lot to somebody that might not mean as much to me. And so we've tried to really be responsive out in the community, knowing that there are people that aren't as fortunate as we are. And so, I'm not here to say that we do everything the right way all the time, but I think what we try to do is just, be a leader. And then if you let other people know, hey, this is what we're doing, this is what we're thinking, maybe you get somebody else to do it as well, and then it's sort of a snowball effect. And I think that comes with the church, it comes with whatever you feel passionate about, and whatever you feel you need to participate in. I think that's the most important thing. And there are so many groups out there that need our help. My wife and I, every month, make a contribution to a group, an after-school group in Indianapolis. That there are a couple young ladies from Hamilton County that have gone into the area of Brookside Park and are really making headway with young people there on the east side of Indianapolis. And that's something that we're passionate about, And if we can help them out monetarily with a significant contribution each and every month to help their after school program, then that's something we want to do.
Very good. Well, Chris, this campaign's about encouraging people to make an estimate of giving to Noblesville First in 2021 to keep on the ministries there. Do you have any closing thoughts for us as people make those decisions and turn in their estimates of giving?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is we're all in different situations in our life and where we are with family, with kids. But I think it's all incumbent on all of us to figure out what we can do to help. And I know that's not easy, especially during these sometimes trying times, because all of us are waiting and wondering. We're not guaranteed anything, right? I mean, I'm the television voice of the Indiana Pacers right now, but who's to say that's going to be the situation 5 years from now? I sure hope so. So we all are faced with those sort of challenges, but I think you just look inside your heart and figure out what's right for you. What can help Noblesville United Methodist Church? What can help those organizations and groups you're passionate about? And when you figure that out, I think you'll feel good about yourself.
Chris, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Jerry.
Appreciate you helping us get this thing kicked off.
All right, thanks.